Hello and welcome everyone to this super fun reading today. I am Victoria, and as you see today everything is looking very fun, very colorful because I'm doing kind of like a child series. I really felt drawn to be more playful this month of July. So today the video is very interesting. It's about your future children. And for those of you who are still drawn to this video and will not have children, maybe this is a future grandchild or future nephew or niece. So yeah, super fun. And the next video next week that I will be coming out with is all about what your inner child wants. So stick around for that. Subscribe, turn on the notification bell. That one is gonna be a really helpful one. This one is more of a fun one to see what your future child is gonna be like. I mean, who is not curious? Who here who, is probably going to have a child or a grandchild is not curious, what are they gonna be like? So yeah, we have three groups here. Group number one has this little cutie. He's a dog, I believe, but honestly, you could think he's a bunny. Group number two has this little cute bunny. And group number three also has a bunny, but this one has a tuxedo on and a top hat, a cane, very cute. And if anyone of you knows where these are from, please leave a comment. I would like to be friends. But yes, take your time, see which one draws you in the most, which one feels like it's calling out to you, and then move on to your part of the video. Have the timestamps and the chapters, so it's pretty easy. Anyway, I'll give you some time and then move on to group number one. Hello, group one. You picked this little cutie here. I believe he is like a detective. So that really goes with this first card that you got, Lily of the Valley. I feel like this child is going to be subverting a lot of expectations, like really not what you're expecting. Like this plush. He looks so cute and defenseless, but I think he's supposed to be like a really smart detective, or a detective at least. So yeah, I feel like the child that you're gonna have as well is going to be like that, going to seem, I don't know, might be one of those kids that seems really sickly, but is actually really strong and really powerful, or like might seem that. I don't want to say stupid, but might seem like this child learns a bit slower, but actually this child has a lot more knowledge than we could even think, in some kind of more inner way. And with the clover here, I can tell you that this kid is going to be very lucky, and maybe it's going to bring you a lot of luck in your life as well. Maybe it's going to make your life more joyful and more lucky too. So that's really always nice to hear. But definitely with the Lily of the Valley, try not to project too much onto this child, because it feels like you're going to have some thoughts about this child, but this child is going to be completely different from what you're thinking. So yeah, be careful with that, with projecting things onto this child. Let it take its own path in life, because I can see that this child is going to be very lucky. And it really has a place that it's going. That's how it feels to me. So let's see what tarot cards I got here for you. Got the Lovers, the Two of Swords, the Chariot, the Queen of Wands, and the Page of Swords. Ooh, interesting. So there's a really big feeling here of duality. With the Lovers, both the Two of Swords, and here with the Chariot, we still have, the two Sphinx here. Which it feels like, again, like that kind of feeling where it might seem one way, but it's actually not like that. And, like I said, I feel like this child will bring you a lot of love and good fortune, and maybe you guys have like a special bond, or going to have a special type of bond as well, because the Lovers is coming out here. Maybe you're connected in a type of way that's stronger than usual connections, I guess. But like I said also before, the child is going to be very, very lucky and very successful, I think, here with this Chariot. And like I said, again, I keep repeating myself, but like I said, I think this child has a particular path that it's going on, and it's going to be really important for you to kind of let the child itself go where it wants to. It might feel like the wrong decision to you, but actually that's what it's supposed to do. That's where it's supposed to go. So let it kind of do its own thing. Of course, still nurture it and so on. But I guess try not to take it away from some things that it might be really passionate about. For example, if you're not passionate about it, or, of course, still keep it safe, keep this child safe. I feel like it's a very important person. It's going to be with the Queen of Wands. There's just a lot of magic in this new being that's going to be coming. Very magical person, and very outgoing, and a social butterfly kind of person. It really feels like they really enjoyed talking with the Page of Swords as well, like talking and learning a lot from people when speaking. Maybe this child learns a lot from audio, I guess, from listening to things, like listening to videos, maybe it prefers listening to books instead of reading them. A lot of kids actually can be like that. If your kid, if you notice that it doesn't like reading, try reading it to the kid, or try getting it an audiobook, or some kind of movie that's the same as the book, if you can. Because it really feels like this child is really going to enjoy learning things like that, and having fun, enjoying speaking with others. I feel like with others of all ages, and others are gonna enjoy being around this child as well. I feel like it's gonna have a very, very nice, kind of also innocent. I really feel like it's gonna be a very innocent, kind of happy-go-lucky child. And yeah, this Two of Swords still is standing out to me. I'm wondering. It feels like there's two roads that it can take, like two completely different pathways in life. There's one, obviously this one and this one, and I feel like they're both going to be good. But I don't know. It's so interesting. Feels like a very big decision. Maybe also a bit of like torn apart, being torn apart by two worlds as well. Maybe one is your world where you're together, and one is the world that the child is more interested in, like has more of an interest in. It will definitely be interesting as it grows up to kind of learn more about it and get to know this child more. I feel like it's going to change a lot. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting. It's going to be changing a lot. Maybe also acting a bit too recklessly sometimes without thinking. But I feel like it's a feeling kind of thing. Like they kind of know what to do. We got the Holy Spirit here. This is a great card to come out for this kind of reading. Expect miracles. Feels like this child is going to be a miracle child. And like I said, you're gonna have a special connection. I think this child will teach you more about love as well. You're not just here to teach this child. The child is here to teach you as well. So part of what it's gonna teach you is to believe in miracles, and to love, and maybe to love it even if you don't fully understand it, and maybe to love it even if you don't fully agree with how things are going with it. And yeah, like I said, very lucky child as well. Maybe a lot of miracles are gonna happen, or things that seem miraculous will happen to this child. Cosmic Diamond, another one that's just amazing to come out in this kind of reading. Spread hope and joy and illuminate the world. That's what this child is gonna be. I mean, we can see it from all of the cards coming through here. Just kind of like illuminating, like I said, a very happy child that people really like to be around. Very happy person that just spreads love and hope. And it's going to be probably very important for you to raise it well, raise it with love, and not be too harsh with this child, because like I said, I think this is a very special being, and if you don't show it love, if you're just yelling at it, it's not gonna, I don't think it's gonna, work out well. Obviously, it never works out well when people are yelling at their children. You need to be gentle with this child and nurturing, and make sure that, it does what it's here to do. It's here to illuminate the world, and it's gonna illuminate your own life as well. I think it's gonna help you a lot to understand things and just to grow, and to love more. Be a beacon. I feel like it's just repeating at this point. An inspiration, light the way for others. This child is going to be very special. Like I said, I keep saying that. It's just like I keep repeating myself, but this is what your child is going to be, a very special person. Someone who kind of thinks in a different way. Yes, with the Page of Swords as well. Thinks in a very different way. Very magical person who thinks in a different way, and is just bringing kind of new ideas and new energy to the world, and is going to be inspiring a lot of other people around it. Now, I'm not saying that the child is never going to have problems, of course. This feels like a very angelic child, or, starseed child, angelic or starseed child, and usually when those come into Earth, they do have their own problems. Like a lot of starseed children end up getting bullied and so on. But overall, especially when this person grows up, they're really going to be very inspiring and like a shining light, especially when they start to awaken more to their abilities, which I think they might actually. Maybe with you helping them, teaching them how to do that. And this is the last card I have actually here. Lost Lands, sow memories and gifts. You've done this before. Oh my god, maybe you guys have done this literally before. Maybe you have been this child's parent in the past before as well. Or if you're the grandparent now, maybe you've been the parent before, or this child has been your parent, but you've definitely lived in other lives together before. Like I said, you have a more special connection. I think your souls are connected in a special way. So I think you have a very strong bond, and a very strong love for each other. And I think it will start unlocking things within you as well. Like I said before, you'll start changing because of this child. And I think it's on a deeper level. Like it's gonna start unlocking things maybe from your previous life now into this one. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. Group number 1. If you enjoyed this, please let me know in the comments. Yeah, if you found this fun as well, let me know. I hope that whenever you're going to have this child, it's going to really light up your world and make you very happy. And yeah, if you're interested in a personal reading, details are down below. Like and subscribe, of course. And I just hope you have a great day. Bye! Hello, group 2. Yours is a very interesting group, so I can't even wait to start. So you picked this little cutie, and this is actually a bunny from Alice in Wonderland. Well, it's supposed to be, even if it doesn't look like that to you. Look, it even has the watch here. But with that, I want to say that, when you think about the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, it's kind of, I don't know, I'm getting the feeling of a messenger, but also in a way it's leading like Alice into into the other world. And I'm wondering if this child is going to lead you somewhere where it might feel like, because with the citrus here, it feels like a feeling of, like, you feel like you might be out of control. Your life might be out of control. So that's how you might feel, especially at the start when you have this child. Like everything is going out of control. Maybe there's gonna be some complications with something, or maybe this child is gonna be more active and harder to look after. So you're gonna be feeling like, you're being pulled left and right everywhere. And it feels like a need of protection is needed as well there, like with the red cord. In my country, a lot of people put on red string for protection on their babies. So I don't know why I feel like saying that, but maybe some of you, this might be an idea. And it really feels like this child is coming in with a mission, and this mission is somewhere from another life. Something has happened in another life, and either you or the child has not let it go, or maybe both of you. I really feel like it involves you as well, but I feel like it's mostly the child itself. And actually, I wanted to read from the actual book for the henbane, because I found it really interesting how it feels like it correlates with the Alice in Wonderland. So in ancient Greece, the dead were crowned with chaplets of henbane, helping them forget their previous lives so that they might move forward to the underworld without regrets. So the underworld, it's like going down the rabbit hole. It's like literally going down, and in the underworld you're going down, and both of them you're going down. So that you might move forward there without regrets. It's like moving to the new world without regrets. The underworld may not be your destination, but something is still holding you back right now. Find it, forgive it, and move forward with more freedom. So for some of you, this child might help you let go of some things. And because of this, you might have some trouble there, some conflicts, and some hardships with this child. That's what I'm feeling. And I feel like this protection is coming out, like feeling of protection at least, is coming through also because maybe you should protect yourself in some way, like protect your energy and try to not get too overwhelmed. Also, something I want to say is that this child is going to be very guided, like very spiritually guided. And open, I think. Even if it's not showing signs of that. I really strongly believe that it is internally guided. Like I said, the soul is gonna be here for a reason. Maybe something, righting some wrongs from previous lives or something like that. But there's a lot to do there with previous lives. So maybe you guys have met in previous lives already. Let's check out the tarot that I got. Actually, we got the Justice, the World, the Star. That's always a good one to come out. This baby is going to be like a shining light for everyone, or just very hopeful. It's going to bring hope to the world. Actually, I have quite a few cards here. The Six of Cups. And the last two cards I have are the Knight of Wands and this Wheel of Fortune. So again, with the Justice, righting some kind of past wrong, making everything right in the world again, bringing hope to the world, to your life, bringing some kind of joy into your life, maybe teaching you how to turn back the clock and be more playful. Like, this whole feeling of July is just being more playful and being more free and enjoying life more, not being so stressed. So I feel like this is something that also the child itself will be helping you with, and at the start that's maybe why you're gonna be feeling so frustrated, like you're being torn apart, and there's constantly, so much to do. Like if this child is again very active, it's gonna feel like you're constantly out of energy. But yeah, I can see also with the Wheel of Fortune again turning the clock, and another cycle, and things getting lucky, you getting lucky, and just the world, everything just becoming better. Yeah, this is quite a crazy group. I mean, we have 4 major arcana cards. This is going to be a very important child in your life, and just maybe even for your community and for the world. It's going to be very important, and it's going to change a lot of lives. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting. This child is going to change a lot of lives. And this is going to be a very passionate person. Again, very driven. Like I said, even if it doesn't show signs of being spiritual, this person is going to be very, very driven, like by their soul, and maybe solar plexus. Or sacral, like very, very driven from that area. Maybe very creative person as well. Maybe you would benefit from doing creative things together, like painting together and drawing and things. A very playful, full of energy. I keep saying that. I really feel like this is gonna be a very hyper child at some point. Maybe not at the start, or maybe not later on. It's always in cycles, isn't it? Like at the start they might be a little calm and stuff, but then later on they get really hyper, and so on. Or at the start they might be really hyper, but then they calm down. So you're gonna have that at some point in this child's life. So that's quite interesting. But I really feel, yeah, that with the star, it's just such a beautiful feeling. Bringing hope and faith back here to you, to the world, to everyone around them. It's like, even though this kid is going to be very hyper, it's going to be a joy to watch it, unless it's you who's taking care of it and running around after. But even you are going to start enjoying that, and I feel like that's what it's trying to teach you to be less strict and be, enjoy your life more and enjoy yourself more. And again, really a very just person as well. It's gonna be very fair, care a lot about fairness and in the whole world, like have a strong interest in the whole world and why things are so unfair. It's probably not gonna understand things like money, or why do we have to pay for water? I know I had a problem with that. I was always curious. Why do we have to pay for water if that's something that we need to live? That doesn't make sense to me. It should be something that's free, because we would die without it. So maybe your child is also going to be like that. Yeah, I really feel like it's here to change lives, this child. Here to change lives. Very important. Let's see the other cards I got here. Mercury with open communication, and Saint Germain, karma releasing. So definitely here to release some kind of karma. And maybe you guys have some kind of tied karma together. So that's why you might have some slight troubles together at the start or at some point. It's because you've accumulated some kind of karma together, and that's when you're trying to release it. But when that's happening, try to stay positive and try to remember that, this will pass, and, you can create a better path. You can not stay in the drama. You can move into the new world without regrets and without holding back to something. This child is trying to take you into, it's like it's trying to take you to the new earth or the 5D, and you're just resisting, like, what about this? What about that? I don't know if I want to let go of that. So try to go with the flow when you're, dealing with this child. and good energy. Try to bring in good energy together. And also, I think this child will also probably be able to help others with this too. Probably not interested in drama at all, or if they're interested in drama, it's because they want to solve it in some way. It's really important here with this Mercury card to speak openly and be very clear with what you're saying to this child. Don't speak to it like it's stupid. This child is not going to be stupid. This child is actually going to be very intelligent and understand a lot of things. Like I said, I really think it's going to teach you a lot as well. So make sure to speak clearly and communicate, and when you're trying to teach it or explain things, and teach it to also speak its mind. Don't, if it's asking questions, don't be mad at it for asking stupid questions, things that might seem stupid to you. You know, the child doesn't know them. So make sure to, and not get angry over things like that, and teach it to communicate clearly as well. That's going to be really important. Maybe this person someday will be using speech a lot, communication. Uncored relationships. I mean, did I already mention this? There's something about, you know, letting go. Obviously, let go now. This is going to help you let go and forgive someone. Maybe it's forgiving yourself. Maybe it's forgiving this child for making your life hard. Maybe that's part of it. And you just have to let yourself go. Let yourself be taken for this ride, I guess. We have new opportunities as well. Again, new opportunities, new doors opening, going down into the underworld or into the, you know, other world, the magical world. Oh my God, to Wonderland. It's like a door opener. Maybe this child is like a portal, has like, it's a portal to new energies, into the new world and earth. And like it says here, declutter your life. It's like, it's going to make you, when you get into contact with this child, you're literally going to start, things are going to start coming up in your life. Like, oh, you haven't let go of this yet. You need to let go of this. You have to let go of this, then this, then this. So triggers are going to start coming through. There's going to be a lot of emotional purging when you have this child. So that's partly why it's going to feel so overwhelming. And yeah, you're not going to be the only one, I think, who's going to experience that. I think this is just the child's energy and how it's going to affect a lot of other people in their lives as well. Forge, don't follow. So yeah, this child is going to pave its own path, a new path of good energy. It's going to be like a way shore for some people, maybe, or maybe not even a way shore. It's just gonna do things their own way. So don't try to steer it in a particular direction. This child knows where to go. Of course, nurture it, care for it, protect it, but don't force it to go somewhere where it doesn't want to go. Because, and don't get angry at it if it like makes mistakes. It has to learn. So yeah. It's like a leader in some kind of way. It doesn't have to be like a beacon to people. It's just gonna do its own thing and start creating new things into this planet, into this world, start anchoring new energy here. So that's really beautiful. And being the parent of this kind of child, or grandparent or whatever, you should be proud and happy. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. I feel like this video is so long, much longer than group 1. But there was a lot to say here. And thank you for watching group number 2. I hope you enjoyed this. Good luck with this child. Again, be proud that you're gonna be the parent or whatever you're gonna be of this child. It's gonna be amazing to the world and to your life. Be grateful to it. And yeah. If you're interested in a personal reading, details about that are down below. And like and subscribe, of course. And I just hope you have a great day. Bye! Hello, group 3. So you picked this bunny and you got the buttercup and the magnolia. So your story here with this child, group number 3, it's really telling you you have to be patient and keep going. You can persevere. Patience and persevering. You can get through this, however hard it may seem. And this bunny itself, I do want to say that it's kind of like, I feel it is a messenger of some sort, but also it was kind of deceiving in a way. It's not definitely not a good guy in the story. But I still feel like it's teaching something. And also, I get the feeling that this child is going to be a very old soul, probably lived on Earth many, many lives, and probably outside of Earth as well, too. So this, my Buttercup and Magnolia, might be the story of your child's life, but might be the story of your experience with the child as well. Like, trying to be patient, don't rush things, don't rush anything with it, and be patient. Whatever is happening, try to have patience. And, however much things are changing and going quickly, try to ground yourself and remember that, it's all going to be okay. You can get through this. I really feel like you might be having some trouble at the start with your child. So let's see the tarot cards I got. I got the 7 of Cups, the 9 of Wands. I have quite a few cards for you guys. I feel like the most tarot cards came out for you for sure. The 10 of Wands, the Strength, and the Devil with the Fool card. Yeah, this is a very interesting bunch here. So, again, if things are changing a lot, if things are going crazy, if there's just so much to look at, so much to deal with, for example, especially when the child is born and you're just feeling overwhelmed, again, remember, you can get through this, you can persevere. This is, life is not going to end. I feel like you will get through it. And even though it's going to be hard, we really need to have strength here with the Strength card, but also compassion. I think, and try to enjoy, try to have fun, try to enjoy, because this is, an experience, a learning experience for you too. I think it's going to definitely be dealing with this child. I think it's going to be some kind of child that like really likes everything. Like when you go to the shop, it's like, Mom, can I have this? Can I have that? Can I have this? Can I have that? And then, oh my God, can we do this? And can we go there? And can we have this? And it's going to be constantly, probably very active and probably very hard to deal at the start. And maybe even later on, like with the Devil here, maybe at the start it's going to be drawn to more lower vibrational things. But I can see a liberation. So don't fault this child if it wants to, when it grows up, when it's a teenager and it wants to try things. I feel like that's just kind of how their path is going to be. They're always going to be drawn to heavier things. I'm really getting I'm sorry. I hope this isn't a trigger of some kind, but I'm really getting the message of this child is maybe going to enjoy partying a lot, especially as a teenager, an old, like young adult, maybe trying a lot of alcohol, drugs, and things, really going to be into that, and you might get really worried from that. But know that I think this is kind of part of its path, part of how it wants life to go. And later on, I really can see with the Fool that there is going to be a liberation. As long as you're there, being a compassionate and loving parent. Of course, don't, like, I really have to say this, like, don't just, if they want something, don't just say, okay to everything. And that's not love. That's not love, Sometimes you have to have the tougher love. still be there for them, but don't say okay and yes to everything. But then don't yell at them and stuff. Still be loving and be there for when they need you, but don't dive into their temptations. Like if they're into gambling and they they lose a lot of money, don't just give them money to get out of things unless they really, 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 really need it. Be that kind of stronger parent that can, you know, in a way you're taming it, but with love, not with, she's not hurting the animal in any type of way. Like she doesn't have a whip, like for example, people in the circus with the lions. She doesn't have that. She's taming it with love and with compassion. So I think this is what you're supposed to do as well with this child, because that's how it's going to be later on too. You're going to teach it how to be like this. And I can see that even though it will go through this kind of moment where it is into these kinds of things, I think it will liberate itself and get through it. And maybe part of it is going to be your help, and maybe it won't be, but you will see, you'll be there to see that it will get to the better point. So don't worry, your story still has a happy end. It might be hard, but you will still reach a point where I think you will be more reunited again, and maybe you'll have more similar views and everything later on when it grows up more. But you can get through this. This is part of your journey. I feel like this is part of why you're gonna have this child for a reason, to teach you how to deal with this and what to do. We have Freya here with phases and cycles. Yeah, this whole life with this child is going to be phases and cycles. Like at the start, it's going to be one way and then it's going to be another. Like maybe at the start, it's going to be really good and calm. Then it's going to get really rowdy and, naughty. And then it's going to calm down again. It's all phases and cycles. And, there's a beginning and an end to everything. Refreshing oasis. Nurture yourself and gather your strength. I feel like that's a message to you. I feel like this whole reading is more of a message to you and how to deal with this child. I feel like it's like, I guess the universe is telling you, gather your strength right now, nurture yourself right now, because when this child comes, you will need it. You will need all of your reserves of energy, and you will need to be healthy in a physical, mental, and spiritual way to get through this. I hope I'm not scaring anyone. I really, I hope I don't make you not have a child now because of this message. But I think it's good to know. Maybe it just seems scary. Like I said, I feel like this is a message to you, so it might seem like a bit scary and overwhelming, but know that maybe it won't be that bad. As long as you stay calm and keep on persevering, and of course work with the other parent or someone, you have close, you don't have to do this by yourself. And again, this is part of your destiny, I feel like, to have this child. Awaken psychic abilities, tune into the infinite, listen to your heart. Yeah, this child is gonna be probably kind of psychic. I mean, yeah, probably psychic, connected, and it's more here that it's gonna start awakening. Or it might be awake at the start, even from birth, but then it might be drawn again to heavier energies and then find the path of like higher vibrations, I guess. But I think it will unlock things within you too. All paths lead to home. Turn your gaze within. Part of what this is telling me is what you don't like in this child is what you don't like in yourself. And the triggers that you would get from it are coming because of things that you went through and are things that you need to let go of and work on. So when you feel triggered when you're with this child, think about it clearly. Is this me? Where is this coming from? And why am I feeling like this? Don't just take out your anger or frustration on the child. use your intuition, and that's how you teach it to also do the same. Like I said, this child is going to be psychic. It's going to have abilities, and it's best to kind of try to start teaching it from a young age about these things. So it would be good to start talking to it about these kind of things so that it's aware. And activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Yeah, trust where you're led, definitely. Again, this child is going to be led in a particular way, and that's the path that it needs to go on. Like, even the Fool himself, he's just, a free spirit kind of roaming around, learning, doing things, trying things out, trusting where he's led. Trusting that the path that he's going on is the right one. And with the power places and ley lines, I'm really getting the feeling like this child is not only very psychic and intuitive, but it's like has a very powerful energy. So, for example, when you're around each other, and if you guys do some kind of more spiritual work, I feel like your meditations will be stronger and your readings can be stronger. It just probably has that kind of energy that can amplify energy work, I guess. So that's quite interesting. It might come in handy if you do that kind of stuff and that kind of work. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. I've scared you guys enough. I hope that you enjoyed this. And remember that, stay calm, nurture yourself, and teach the child how to nurture itself too. Not to be like constantly on the go and constantly overworking and constantly so on. Teach it how to rest and just care for itself and for its spiritual side too, because like I said, it's going to be very psychic. So teaching it how to protect its energy, how to clear its energy, that's going to be very, very important. Although by the time you have the child and it's old enough for you to do this, you probably won't remember anything you heard. But yeah, if you do, I hope that I helped in some way. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this. If you're interested in a personal reading, details are down below. And like and subscribe, of course, if you haven't. Share this with anyone who might be expecting a child. Whoa, that would be interesting. What group would they get? Imagine if they get this group too. Good luck to them. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. Bye!